So decentralized applications, like I mentioned before, they run on the blockchain. And these are websites and applications. Like traditional websites and applications, the difference being is that they can connect to the blockchain, they can execute code, use, for instance, for tonight, they can use Ethereum or Ether to handle financial transactions. You can create a DAO, you can create NFTs, all kinds of things. And I'll get into that a little bit more moving on. But some advantages for dApps are the immutable nature, which means that a third party, they can't make any changes to the data. So once it's written, it's permanent. Google, any big tech company can't come in and modify your data or shut it down. Once it's written, it's there. You'd have to take down the entire Ethereum network. Right now, at least as of, I think it was like beginning of this year, there's like more than 6,000 nodes around the world. So you'd have to take all of them offline. Basically, the entire internet would have to go down before you would lose access to your application data. A couple other things. It's corruption and tamper-proof. Apps are based on a network formed around the principle of consensus, making censorship impossible. So what does this mean? This means that the Ethereum nodes house identical copies of the blockchain. I think Ethereum right now is about 1 terabyte in size, just a hair under. Basically, each node has an identical but separate copy of the blockchain, and that gets continually updated around the network as new blocks are created every second or every couple of seconds. It's also secure. There's no central point of failure, and it's secured using cryptography that hasn't been broken yet, industry standard. But the applications, they're well protected against hacking and other fraudulent type of activities. The other thing is that there's zero downtime. So let's even say half the network got knocked offline. The reason it's so resilient is because the other half will continue to serve that data from the blockchain. Like I said, the entire internet would have to go down before your data or your application would be unreachable. So it's kind of decentralization is a great model, and Ethereum really was one of the first, to make this technology available to the public, where you can actually write a smart contract, decentralized application, and then run it on top of Ethereum. It's pretty cool stuff. I saw a lot of different projects at ETH Denver, tons of hacking, tons of just really, really cutting edge type things going on. But the example that I have here on the slide, just imagine that Twitter was decentralized. So a user would post a tweet, right, on their decentralized Twitter app. The smart contract would write that tweet to the blockchain. So now it's permanent. That same smart contract sends a response to the decentralized application that the tweet has been posted to the blockchain. And then the decentralized application notifies the user. So that's kind of like the basic call that a user would make to the blockchain and back. It's a very simplistic version, but that's what it would look like, as opposed to having a centralized authority Twitter is still centralized. So a good example of this is Facebook. They recently were down for the better part of a day. Was it 2 days? I can't remember. This can't happen with decentralized applications. It's one of the advantages. The next thing we're going to go over is Web3. I'm sorry, we're going to go back for a second. So the decentralized dApp ecosystem is known as Web3. Web3, in a nutshell, is the decentralized internet. It's like the next iteration of the web.